Hi everyone, I am May with Writer, and we are doing a series of tutorials with Jimmy from Superpath on what Writer can do for content marketing and content marketing workflows. Very excited to dive in.
The first one we're going to talk about is how to generate headline ideas with Writer. So as a reminder, we're talking about practical use cases for AI. To me, this is one of the most exciting. It's a place where a lot of teams get stuck, and we'd love to hear a little bit more about it. And then also see it in action in Writer so folks can get a sense of like how this might actually fit into a real workflow for them.
Amazing. Thank you, Jimmy. So headlines are a big use case for Writer and AI in general. And there are two out-of-the-box templates that address that need. So we've got the ability to generate a headline from an existing one and then totally riff from scratch on one that you've got. So we are an article that you've got where we've got the headline generator open here and the QuickBooks Teams blog open. They are a fantastic customer. So I'm going to use them as our guinea pigs here. We're going to copy the headline of that article and click generate content to see what Writer comes up with.
Cool. Fun fact, I used to run that blog in 2017.
You are joking.
No.
Oh my gosh,
yeah,
they're such an amazing team. Amazing. Well, check this out. So I'm actually going to just put little bullets in front of all of these so we can see them. So success was in the cards for these small businesses. Ooh, see them blossom in our small business success playbook. So this is just a little bit shorter, why these small businesses succeeded and how you can too. Lessons from successful small businesses. So a lot of different takes on that headline. Now, let's say we didn't have one that we were starting from. So let's go back to Co-Write, and we're going to go back to blog headlines from scratch. What we could do here is actually take, let's see if this has enough information. Take some information from the blog itself. So the National Small Business starting and running. So this is sort of the meat here. I am going to, you know what, I'm actually going to do the first 3 paragraphs after that intro, and we're going to put it here. And our persona, the audience, is small business owners. Like, you'd know very well if it's evolved. Was it small business owners when you were running it too?
Yeah. Which was actually like a mindset shift to stop thinking about like startup founders and start thinking about folks who might run a laundromat or a deli or a gas station.
Yeah.
Very different.
Yeah. Very interesting. All right. So here are some examples. Again, let's look at their headline that they chose. See that most of our small business success was in the cards. I love that. Success was in the cards. 10 small businesses that made it big, how they did it, which always does very well. Inspiring tales, achieve big things. Awesome. So I love a lot of these headlines. I love the headline that the team came up with as well. But it definitely allows you to do just think a little bit broader than what you may have been thinking about, and come up with things that you didn't have to think of yourself. Customers, Jimmy, with Writer can train and be more hyper specific. So we have customers who will build templates that are explicitly like, give me the most creative far out headline that you can. So there's something in machine learning called temperature. And so, it definitely is possible to play around with the kinds of suggestions that the Writer provides, and do things like ensure that they are a certain character count or things like that. Really cool.
Can we touch on temperature for 1 minute? Like one of the goals of these tutorials is just to kind of demystify how this works a little bit. It sort of feels magical. When you pull back the curtain, there's obviously some really cool technology happening. And I'd love to know, I'm sure it's probably fairly complicated, but we'd love to know a little bit about temperature and how that works.
Yeah, we can definitely probably do a set of tutorials on like basic machine learning concepts that modern marketers should know. I do think that's something that we try to do in our marketing and community. But temperature is basically the kind of set of instructions that tell a model how much to deviate from what it thinks the inputs are trying to that the user is trying, what kinds of output is a user trying to get from the inputs. So it is, think of it as like distance traveled from where the inputs might have come from.
Got it. That's really interesting. I can imagine. So getting back to the headlines, like you're trying to come up with new headline ideas. Maybe you're doing a lot of content aimed at generating organic traffic. All of your articles are like the ultimate guide to keyword. It's like that's a really cool way to just start like getting a little more creative, like trying to find more interesting angles. That's really difficult to do on your own. So I love the idea of being able to just like spit out a bunch. You could take one that you really like, maybe even workshop it a little further, do a few rounds of that.
I love just the like ask writer anything one. And so like on that note, Jimmy, like let's say it was, generate a list of 10 article ideas that can inspire small business owners. So like, I'm just ideating about what could I write about to get to that audience. And for context here, we can actually put in, let's see, this is an interesting stat, right? Like I actually want to write about this, but there are a lot of different angles that like that very specific point of view nugget could take. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what writer thinks about this. List of 10 article ideas for a business blog. So this is what we call AI whispering. So the better you get at using writer, the more you understand like what the inputs need to be for us to get a great output. So let's look at some of these ideas. How to start a business on a shoestring budget, right? That would have been great actually for the QuickBooks blog. How to make your small business stand out in a competitive market, online visibility, building a good reputation, how to make it more sustainable, how to make it more customer centric. I mean, this is basically a month of editorial, right?
Yeah.
Work-life balance, which I really love. Like that could have been, a nice kind of angle for actually, an SMB blog. So
really cool.
The ability to use AI as a brainstorming partner is just a huge benefit.
Really cool. Love that. Headlines are just, I find it like a sticking point for a lot of teams. So what an interesting way to kind of get the creative juices flowing. In the next tutorial, we're going to go deeper into Ask Writer Anything. So why don't we, we'll head to that one. We'll have a link for everyone to go to that and we'll see you there. Okay, cool. There you go. Thank you so much, May, and your team over at Writer for being such a great partner to us at Superpath. You're building an awesome product. We really appreciate you spending time to help us get up and running with it. And frankly, your support is what helps us keep this community free. So we really are grateful for that. For those watching, if you do want to learn more and give Writer a try, go to writer.com. There's a couple of different plans you can choose from. There's also a free tier if you just want to kick the tires. So writer.com. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks so much to the team at Writer for your support. Take care, everybody.